Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Today we're discussing Joshua Kimmich to Paris Saint-Germain. I will be discussing 4 different parts. The first one will be Kimmich to Paris Saint-Germain. So we'll be looking at all the reports linking Joshua Kimmich to PSG. Number 2, we'll be looking at Joshua Kimmich's current situation and relationship with Bayern Munich according to his extension. Number 3, we'll be looking at how Joshua Kimmich will line up and look like at Paris Saint-Germain. And number 4, the likelihood of this transfer happening. Obviously, with Bruno Guimaraes not joining Paris Saint-Germain this January, PSG jumped onto Joshua Kimmich. Breaking: PSG is trying to sign Joshua Kimmich this January as part of their negotiations with Bayern Munich for Mukiele, but the chances of success are extremely slim. PSG sees Kimmich as the perfect player to complete the squad. Enrique appreciates his versatility. PSG is willing to add a significant amount of money with Nordi Mukiele for Joshua Kimmich. Despite all of the difficulties, Paris has decided to start negotiations in bringing him in. Kimmich corresponds to the new mentality desired by the PSG management. And lastly, by Plättigol, a German reporter, just seen PSG wants Joshua Kimmich is working very concretely and intensively on signing him. They're in contact via intermediaries. Enrique wants him preferably this January. However, a move this month is very unlikely, but the outcome is open in the summer. What we can take away from the report is Paris Saint-Germain want a big name midfielders this January. They're looking at Bruno previously, and now they're pushing for Joshua Kimmich. All of this started with the Bayern Munich interest in Noureddine Mukiele, and PSG were like, okay, maybe you can get Mukiele, let us get Kimmich. And I love that from Paris Saint-Germain. This is an opportunity, and Kimmich, that's an opportunity because of his contract situation at Bayern Munich. Both reporters are saying that the chances of this happening are very slim because, Bayern wouldn't want to let go with one of their best players, even though he's not been in good form this season in January. No club likes to lose one of their great players in January. The interest from Paris Saint-Germain is there, the interest from Lucho is there, and the interest from Joshua Kimmich is there. Second up, we're going to talk about his contract situation at Bayern Munich. Obviously, his contract expires in 2025, and these are the reports talking about his extension at Bayern Munich. Joshua Kimmich is unlikely to sign a new contract this year. Their question Kimmich wants to answer before making a decision: in which role does the coach see him? What will the team look like in the few years? What are the chances of competing for the Champions League title every year? Bayern would have good chances of a contract extension if the player finds the right answers to these questions. The chaotic year of 2023, with all the personal changes and all the unrest, also left its mark on Kimmich. Continuity and trust are very important to him. Kimmich is currently not feeling the most comfortable he's ever felt at the club. That's why a new contract won't be a matter of course. Should he opt for a move, Kimmich would have a very good options abroad next summer with Barcelona, Manchester City, and possibly Real Madrid. The player can imagine a move under certain circumstances. And he's also recently looking for an agent. Kimmich obviously recently extended with Bayern Munich a long way back without an agent. One of the first players, in the modern football era to not have an agent, but now he's looking for an agent. And what all of this tells me is that Kimmich is probably thinking about leaving Bayern Munich. He's already won everything at Bayern Munich. He's won the treble, the Champions League, everything. Everything at Bayern Munich, and he feels maybe his story is over at Bayern Munich, and that mostly goes down to the Bayern project. Obviously, last season, they were sacking their boards. They sacked Nagelsmann mid-season for absolutely no reason, a manager that Kimmich had tons of trust with, and brought in Thomas Tuchel, who Kimmich has no trust and does not feel comfortable at all with him. So if Kimmich sees Tuchel staying at Bayern for a long time, then he would want to leave. With Kimmich, you gotta remember, he's now from the Bayern Academy. He was signed from RB Leipzig, so he doesn't have the crazy loyalty like a Thomas Müller or a Philipp Lahm had to the club. And how Kimmich would line up at PSG is very interesting. I believe the best midfield would be him, Vitinha, Warren, Zaire-Emery. You could also try maybe Vitinha, Kimmich, Tanguy Lee, or Warren, Zaire-Emery, Kimmich, Tanguy Lee. Those would all work at Paris Saint-Germain. The big reason why Kimmich is not performing that well at Bayern is he's been playing in a double pivot with old man Goretzka. If he's put between Vitinha and Warren, Zaire-Emery, 2 young players that run the entire game, that go into duels, that can do a lot of dirty work for Kimmich, we will see Kimmich prevail and be so good at Paris Saint-Germain. If you look at their stats together, you can see all of them contribute really well together. Kimmich, obviously, he got insane progressive passes and duels percentage and forward passes, but then for the forward percentage, because they take less risky passes in Warren, Zaire-Emery, and Vitinha, and obviously key passes as well. So this midfield 3 would be really good all together. The likelihood of this transfer happening at the moment, I'm gonna give it a 30% chance. Kimmich is interested, PSG are interested, Bayern have been interested in a while. letting go of Kimmich because he doesn't want to extend, and they absolutely do not want to lose him for free. He's looking for a new agent, and Bayern also interested in Mukiele, who could be part of the swap deal. But still, we're very far away from a transfer of this magnitude happening. Bayern wouldn't want to lose him in January. If this was summer, I would pretty much say this is 100% because Bayern would want to sell with only 1 year left on his contract. But with us being in January, I see it very difficult at the moment. But if Paris Saint-Germain push really well, we could be there. Something could happen. Something could happen, and I'm there to wait for it. I think Bayern at the moment will probably have some discussions with Kimmich regarding the extension, and if it's still a no from Joshua Kimmich extending at Bayern, they may be thinking about selling Joshua Kimmich, especially with Thomas Tuchel not rating him that much. Maybe they could see selling Kimmich and getting in a Palhinha for that money. We'll have to wait and see. And if a deal happens, I could see it be Mukiele plus around 50 million euros for Joshua Kimmich to Paris Saint-Germain. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys like this transfer? Do you guys want Joshua at the back? I have to wait and see. That's been your boy Piagent. Remember, if you have any questions regarding Paris Saint-Germain, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be answering all of them. That's been your boy, and as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.